Well, clarify that you don't have to be famous.
You don't have to be famous if you want to help it.
Okay. I just don't want, I don't want anybody to misunderstand why I'm putting everything on YouTube, because I want to prove that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I want to prove I'm setting a good example. Sometimes it's not because you wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
You wanted to show it that anybody can do what you're doing. Because if you don't show it, nobody would know. Nobody would follow.
Yeah.
So it's not just being famous. You're not doing it for being famous or whatever. Okay, I don't want you to misunderstand also.
Yeah.
Because if you thought I wanted to do it because I wanted to get famous, without doing it, I'm already famous anyway. Just kidding. Alright. No, I just wanted to, because I don't want to get sleepy, okay?
Yeah.
So, I get excited and so, it helps sometimes, really. It helps sometimes, like you believe in what you do and say, hey, this is me. It's like what I was doing. I'm famous anyway. Okay, sometimes like there's a time to be humble and there's a time to really brag about yourself. Okay? Good example. If you want to be somebody, and if you want to know that there's a lot of people who are like that, doing what you do, just like what I told Jenny, there's a lot of motivational speakers on YouTube. It's like 5,000, 10,000, whatever. What can I possibly do for people to notice me? Because before they can get to me there, God, they have to go through all these thousands or hundreds of thousands. What I put there is Mystica, the #1 motivational speaker in the whole world. Or the most powerful motivational in the whole world, not just in the Philippines, in the whole world. I wanted to be the #1 in the whole world because that's what I want. That's what I want to believe. I have to do something right now. If you go home, if you search #1 motivational in the whole world, Mystica goes first. And that's the truth. There you go. Believe in yourself first.
Recreate yourself, right?
So,
Yeah.
who would do it for you? Do it now for yourself.
I can tell stories about
Right?
it.
So everybody has just to be, just to have your own creativity, just like what he said,
Yeah. Exactly.
I think
It evolves-
everybody
it
must have
evolves
their own
with your-
script, their own way of saying
Exactly.
things.
I think it's much better that way instead of just relying on the script sometimes. Because me, for example, I wouldn't rely on a script. I wouldn't rely on choreography when I go out there. Because the choreography that I would prepare, it may not fit to that kind of atmosphere. It may not fit to that kind of crowd at that moment. So I go with what I feel at that moment. I go with what kind of people are there at that moment. I would never go with
You
a
can do
script.
more.
Exactly. I came here without even knowing what would I be doing, But right now, because I started with you interacting with me, at least you're participating. That's the most important part of it.
We learn from
Because if you are the only one talking without having that person participate with you,
There's no
it would
connection.
never happen.
There's no connection at all.
Exactly. So you have to make sure that there's a connection right there. It's just like me entertaining the crowd. If I know that I cannot have their feeling towards me, I would feel like I'm so boring and stuff. I wouldn't feel inspired at all.
Yeah.
First of all, being the one who is there, who's in control, you have to be inspired as well. Because if you're not,
There's nothing gonna be happening.
it's not gonna happen. For example, if two people have the same script, the way she would read the script or the way she would deliver it may not be as good as the way the other is delivering it. But they have the same content of the script. But why is that person got my attention, and this other person didn't? So it depends on how you would encourage, how you would deliver.
Yeah, the feelings in what you say.
Exactly. It's like in singing. Two people, they're both singers. They got great voice. But the other one can really entertain well. And then the other is just singing, just for the heck of it. So I'd rather go with the person who can actually just entertain me and who can do the splits. Sorry. defending myself. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. You see, sometimes like putting more into it is much better. Putting more heart, putting more passion is much better. Why do I have to do all those when I entertain? Sometimes like it's not enough what I do. I want to put more.